yourself, tell the audience who you are, what you're currently doing, sort of your current posting.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm Fred Chen. I graduated from RSI in 1986. I'm a cardiac surgeon at Brigham Women's Hospital. I spend a lot of my time taking care of patients, but I also do research as well. My research interest is applying engineering to cardiac surgery and cardiac physiology.
I'm Jason Koh. I'm a graduate of RSI in 1985. I was also a counselor in '86 and hung around for a while. I was a nobody. I am currently a clinical associate professor of orthopedic surgery affiliated with the University of Chicago. I practice, also I'm vice chairman of the Department of Orthopedic Surgery at North Shore University Health System in Evanston and Glenview, Illinois. So, then I do some tissue engineering research on bone and cartilage substitutes using artificial scaffolds and cells.
I'm Amy Crago. I was RSA 1990. I finished my general surgery residency a year ago, and I'm at Sloan Kettering now as a clinical and research fellow in surgical oncology. I do most of my work in sarcoma, molecular mechanisms that are governing liposarcoma progression and metastasis.
I'm Jamie Wells. I'm a pediatrician in New York City on staff at NYU, Beth Israel, and St. Vincent's Hospital, so 3 hospitals. So I see patients in private practice, or if any of my patients need to be admitted, I manage their care in the hospital. I also was RSI 91.
My name is Jim Benecke. I'm a private practice physician in St. Louis, Missouri. Otology, neuro-otology is my super specialty. We don't call it a subspecialty. But I'm obviously board certified in ear, nose, and throat, but did a postgraduate fellowship training in otology, and so my practice is limited to the ear. I was not an RSI. I'm too old, obviously. I think some of you probably weren't born when I was in medical school, but at any rate, Barbara, my wife, and I, our son Andrew, was RSI 2005, and I'm now, this is my rookie year on the board for RSI. What sort of qualities do you think will be necessary for applicants to become physicians, whether it's in clinical practice or medical research in the future? Obviously, having a high GPA and doing well in the MCATs, those are the obvious things, but what other qualifications, if one of these individuals said, you know, what do I need to be like, or what would you recommend? What are some qualities that you would look for? Anybody?
I think that one of the fundamental problems is that it's being a wonderful physician, I feel personally, is incongruous with being a great business person, and I think that it's kind of the sink or swim knowledge that you get when you start in private practice or anything else. You don't learn a single thing in medical school or in your training in terms of how to manage a practice or continue to sustain doing your passion. And I don't care if it's being a research scientist. If you're an ineffective communicator, then you're never going to have people support you and fund your studies or whatever it is that you want to pursue in terms of your passion. So unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword, because I think that some physicians who are extremely, if a physician is too market conscious, then I'd question their capabilities as a practicing doctor. So I think, I don't know, I battle that, because I find that the qualities that are necessary, like character, integrity, those kinds of things, to really be to heal children or heal patients, oftentimes don't correlate with the necessary skills to continue to sustain a practice.
That's important is that I've looked at a lot of my classmates who went into medicine and who I went to high school with, and a lot of people will go into medicine because it's an easy route, it's a secure job, it's something that you know that you're going to do X, Y, and Z, and you'll get a job and you'll succeed. But it's really important in order to be happy in this career, to think about it and to know what you're getting yourself into, because all of these problems and these things that we talk about now as the healthcare reform and increasing strains on the physicians in the realm of business and research and trying to do multiple different things at one time becomes very difficult. So it's important that you've really thought about what you're doing, and I think when I talk to people who are interested in it, that's one of the things that I want to see, is that they're actually passionate about being a doctor and being in medical research, and not that they're just doing it because they haven't really thought about what their other options are.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
You know, to be a successful physician, to get there when you're practicing, it often has struck me that, you know, it requires very many different skill sets. Like the skill set just to get into a good medical school is very different from the skill set that's required to go through medical school, which again is very different from the skill set required to actually practice medicine. I think there's one underrepresented quality, and that is basically people skills. People skills are very, very important, and being a good person and getting along with people and respecting the person and their dignity, that's very underemphasized. But I've found that it's probably one of the most important things in caring for people as well as getting along with people and your colleagues.
I think one of the important things to recognize is the practice of medicine is constantly changing, and it's going to change throughout my career. It's already changed a lot, I'm sure, through my career of the last 14 years that I've been in medicine. I think some of the things are always going to remain in medicine, that it's a wonderful, interesting job. You get to work with, you can bring science to actually help people, which is very exciting. If you're interested in medical research, you can actually take some of these very basic science ideas and see them translated into something that could be really amazing and help your patients, your neighbors, your friends, your own family. So I think one of the key important things is you should do medicine only if you're passionate about it. You shouldn't go into medicine because you feel like it's going to be safe, or because you feel that it's the right thing to do socially, or there's some pressure.
Obviously, the common thread here is passion, and there's just no doubt about it. I can tell you that, I love what I do, and I've been doing it for 25 years. I can't imagine not doing what I do. The 3 A's to success in medical practice are availability, affability, and ability. Now, if you don't have any ability, you're going to have a hard time, being kind and available, getting people to come back if you really are negligent. But I think those are important things to remember.